Good morning. Thank you for watching Live with OCC. Today I have my two co-hosts and we're going to talk about mental health and the holidays. We have Yolanda and we have Tia.
Okay.
And they're going to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what they do, and then we're going to go into the segment. Hey Tia.
Good morning. It's good to be here again. I am Tia Glenn Honore. I am the owner of Essence of Joy Counseling based out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And we offer virtual counseling support services to Ms. Jeanette's nonprofit organization and community resources. And we're here to talk about support for our community during the holidays for mental health services.
Yes, it's needed.
Yeah.
Hey Yolanda.
Hello. I am Yolanda with Off the Glass Squad, and I have a nonprofit organization. I am based out of Grand Prairie. I live in Grand Prairie. And I have my kids out of Oak Cliff, South Dallas area, and I have seniors in the Oak Cliff area as well that I service.
Oh, good.
And I'm doing a feeding in Grand Prairie. So because I live in Grand Prairie, I want to give back to my Grand Prairie. So I found an organization to collab with for Grand Prairie.
Wonderful.
See? Grand Prairie.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Neighbor.
Yeah.
Again, only Live with OCC.
Yeah.
You know, so again, we're here because we are at a very stressful time, and a lot of people don't know what to do, and they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So,
I know you wanted me to come on specifically to address mental health and the holidays, and this holiday season is a little different. Typically we have stress that comes into the holiday season anyway with regard to finance and loneliness and grief and depression. Those are things that come with it. There's research that says 64% of individuals in America are depressed around the holiday season. That's a lot of people.
yes.
And so this year, though, as we were talking before we came on, that statistic is probably going to be significantly higher. Because election season brings on its own stress and anxiety. Excuse me. And so just this week I've had a lot more people who called in, and the clients that I've worked with this week, it has been a lot surrounding the holiday, surrounding the election. So now you've got people who have the election stress, the pre-election stress, and then the election outcome stress, disappointment, anger, uncertainty, fear. It's going to be combined with the typical things that people carry into the holidays, and it's going to create a significant situation for those who already had issues going into the holidays. So, there are going to be some people who are going to need from us some additional compassion, some additional patience, and whatever actual resources people like OCC and people like your organization can provide, they're definitely going to need that as well.
And so because for some reason this week, right after I started getting emails, and I'm like, and I didn't know it until you said, people voter stress, and I'm like, no, but yes, I had a lot of people that reached out before they voted because they wasn't sure, and then after we got the results, they were on the edge.
Yeah, and it's not new. I mean, each election cycle, there is the stress and anxiety that surrounds it, because we're not sure who's going to win. We're not sure what changes are going to come with it. And people are really trying to figure out how it's going to impact their day-to-day lives. You you have people who are already trying to figure out how we're going to manage Thanksgiving with eggs being $8. I'm exaggerating,
Yeah.
but you know
No, they are.
They are.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So people trying to figure out how they're going to manage Thanksgiving. And not even Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, people trying to figure out how do I feed my family? You have your food pantry, which is wonderful, but people that don't know about those types of resources are really trying to figure out how do I navigate this day-to-day stress, and then they put their hope and faith in a particular candidate that they think is going to get them to where they want and need to be, and then that candidate is not who's selected. So it's really like this huge emotional roller coaster during election season. You put your hope and faith in this person, and then that person isn't who's chosen. So then you've got the disappointment and the anger and the frustration, and then the fear comes in and the anxiety, and then a little bit of depression. It's a huge emotional roller coaster for people who are already dealing with very real everyday stress and anxiety. Yeah, so if you don't have an outlet, if you don't know how to deal with those types of things, if you don't know how to regulate your emotions, you got people walking around here on edge.
Yes.
Literally.
Tiki.
Yes, literally.
So by you saying that, how can somebody reach out to you?
I can be found, I'm on the socials for sure, at tgh.essenceofjoy on Facebook and on Instagram. I can be reached by phone at 972-662-8255. And my personal website is
TGH?
essenceofjoy.com. I can also be found on a great resource called Zen Care. And Zen Care can help you with finding not just a therapist, but other professionals as well. And then, of course, there's Psychology Today. And if all else fails, you can reach out to Ms. Jeanette, and she can definitely tell you how to get in contact with you.
At 214-874-5707. You can call us and we will connect you with Tia. Yeah, I mean, what do we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially if you have kids. That's I think a lot of people, when they have kids, you're just thinking about what I'll do for my kids, especially with the holidays coming up.
So one thing that I wanted to be sure to share with people today is that, a lot of us we're not really taught how to deal with disappointment. And that is usually what brings with it other emotions, like the anger and the frustration, right? Because we're disappointed that the outcome wasn't what we wanted it to be. And one of the first things that I would say to people when we're trying to work through disappointment is we have to accept what is. Acceptance is a first step. It's not the whole thing, but it is a first step. And I want people to understand what acceptance is. Acceptance doesn't mean that you agree. It doesn't mean that that's what you wanted. It doesn't mean that you like it. Acceptance is, I know that's what it is. I understand that's what it is, and I understand that I have to move on in this reality.
Well, I guess I'm at the acceptance because I can't, for me, when it happens, like, okay, what can I do? I did what I was supposed to do.
I did my part.
Yes. So now I'm moving on.
Yes. And once you get to, okay, this is what it is, then you can start to help yourself with, I did what I could. I did my part. And then you can get yourself to, okay, what more can I do moving forward? A lot of people, until you get to that accept, there is no I can get to the moving forward. There is no I can regulate I'm just mad, right? And I can't do anything else with myself because I'm just mad. And I need you to just kind of accept it first. This is what is, and okay, this is where we are.
I think also to stress being an overcomer. If we can't get to a point where we can overcome these obstacles, we'll never elevate. So we have to start now, and our kids are vibing off the energy
that
we're putting
that's
out
right.
there.
Right.
And so if we can overcome, and we will be able to help these kids navigate and get to the other side as well.
Right.
We gotta have some type of push. And here's another thing that one lady said, she is trying to see when should she go to a food bank. Is it for the holidays or is it to get her to the holidays? You can only go once a month.
See, that's something that I didn't know.
Yes, you can only go once a month.
And I like that I'm able to be here with you because, you know, I do talk to people about being resilient and pushing through and blah, blah, blah. But I like to also be able to give them resources. And if I'm telling them, you know, there are these places that you can go, I didn't know that, well, you can only go once a month. So that's good information for me to be able to pass on.
Yes.
That you can go, but you can only go once a month. So if I'm trying to figure out for the month of November, do I go now because I need some food?
They have multiple banks that you go to.
So can you can do that? You can go to multiple banks.
But
You just can't go to
if
banks.
It's just one.
Your main one, you can only go once a month.
So how do you? Okay, so this is where
They
you
keep
guys
track
go.
of it.
So how do you determine which one is your main bank?
When you call, they go by your zip code. So when you call 211, they will ask you for your zip code, and when they will give you your zip code if there's one. If not, they'll send you to the one that's maybe down the street instead of across the street.
And here's another thing that you think about. These people are not new to it, they're true to it. So they know this bank over here is going to give them meat. This bank over here is going to give them the dairy. This bank over here is going to give them the fresh produce. So they're visiting each one of those, but if you're in need of meat, you can't go back there
You can only go there one
once a
time.
month.
So you just said something else though. If this is somebody who is new to this situation, because here's something that I know, a lot of people that call, these corporations, they strategically do layoffs around this time of the year to clear out their books, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got some of these people who are new to having to go to a food bank. They may not know what you just said, that this one gives meat, and this one gives dairy, and this one gives produce. So that is very good information that you're sharing as well.
And so, and it comes from word of mouth and being out there. So they know a lot of these people, this is what they do because why? Their income is restricted.
Right.
You know, they getting no assistance. They're bringing in grandkids, you know, extra mouths to feed. And as you said, food has gone up.
Okay.
So like with the bakers now, to buy a cake. You remember when cakes used to not be that high.
Yeah, you
Because
could
of the
take
cost
$20.
of eggs,
Yeah.
they've gone up.
Wow.
So those are things to think about, you know. So now you see a lot of DIYs
Yes.
because of that. Things have gone up. I can't pay for your labor.
Okay, so here's another question that you guys can help people with. You just said in order for people to go to the food bank, it's income restricted, right?
They ask you for your income, but it's not restricted.
Some are, some
Yes.
aren't.
It all depends, and again, it all depends on where you live.
Wow.
Because over here, you can go to one of our food banks, food pantries. But if you live out of their zip code, it's every 90 days.
Oh.
So we're 75237. You can go to the one here once a month. But if you just say 75217,
1/7.
you can come over, but every 90 days.
Wow.
They don't deny you, but because you're not in that zip code where they are, yes.
Yeah. So what you guys are sharing, and again, I'm very glad that I'm able to be here with you guys today because I can help somebody who is extremely stressed because of trying to feed their families. I can pass along the information that you guys are sharing, but until today, I didn't even know what you guys are sharing. Like you're giving me nuggets that I didn't know.
And two, because if you've never been to a food bank,
Right.
pantry,
Right.
that's stress.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
People are, literally
Well, and so
trying to go to a pantry.
well, I'm gonna tell you something else. if you've never been and you've never been in a position of having to go, it's not just stress. There's also probably some shame that will keep you from allowing yourself to go. So then you put yourself in a position where, do I go or do I let my shame keep me over here and struggle? And that's something where resilience and being an overcomer and pushing through, like you have to decide, where do I put my pride aside and do what I need to do? Yeah, to make sure that my family is being fed. Absolutely.
So check this one out. There is a lady, I was working with a young lady, said, oh, go to this place to get some diapers. Guess how many diapers? She had 2 kids. Guess how many diapers they gave her?
What did they give her?
They gave 4 pull-ups and 8 diapers.
For 2 children.
For 2 children. One of the kids was in pull-ups, so she got 4. The one that was in diapers got 8. This is not even going to cover, in a lot of instances, the day.
Yes. You go through a patch.
But you're waiting forever.
Right. I have a child. Like that's.
Yeah, for that.
Wow.
And there's not that many that does diapers. There's not many organizations that does diapers.
She have a baby that does not get Similac or Enfamil. It was Gerber. So guess what? They couldn't give her any baby formula because they didn't have Gerber. They only had Enfamil and Similac. She was in need.
So you talk about stress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's before the holidays.
Yeah. And what you guys are
Essentials.
What you guys are sharing, right? There are basic needs that people have, right? Food, shelter, safety, right?
And clothing.
All of these things are in question. And in order for people to feel happy, healthy, whole, those basic needs are having to be met. And some of these, what we're talking about, a lot of those basic needs are not there. So absolutely, we're going to have some depression.
Yes. You'd be surprised. Even essential toothpaste, deodorant. I mean, that's something we put on every day.
Yeah, but basic hygiene, you're not able to do it. And so, yeah.
I mean,
that's enough to cause somebody to be depressed.
Yeah. This lady fled a domestic violence situation. So when that cold front hit, her kids had no clothing.
Yeah.
Because everything was shorts. It's what they fled with. She had nothing. So asked me, hey, well, I remember them. So I went ahead and went thrifting to find some clothes for these kids because I knew the cold front was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So when I dropped them off. She hadn't even thought about it.
Well, her mind was
Stressed.
she was in survival mode.
Yeah.
She's trying to survive. I'm not thinking about that. So, wow. You know, I am thankful that there are angels like you guys that exist, for sure.
Thank you for you.
And here's another thing that people are not understanding. I've been stressing it for years because I used to be in HR. They have their benefits, their life insurance set up. They get sick, they lose their job, or whatever. They lose their benefits. Now they're too old. They don't have life insurance. I got one now that's stressing. She don't have life insurance. She was turned.
Yeah.
No life insurance. How are you talking about stress?
Yeah. Well, not even life insurance. They don't have the insurance to get their medication.
She's worried about her life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it's a prescription, you can call the pharmaceutical and they'll probably give you a code to get your prescription for free. Or you can go back to your doctor and they'll drop the prescription down to a $5 prescription.
Same medicine.
Yeah. Well, but again, what you just said, there are people that don't know that.
Exactly.
Because if they've not been in that position before,
Right.
they don't know that.
So that's the reason why I'm telling you now that you'll be able to educate them.
Yeah.
And when they call you, contact the manufacturer of,
Medication.
And see what they can give. Same thing with the baby formula.
Yeah.
Call them, that's in your coupon. Sometimes it's a free can. Sign up, you'll get some free cans
Yeah.
in the mail.
Yeah.
And that, when they're gonna come, who knows?
Right.
But
It's on the way.
Sign up. You know, and also you can go with that, what's the card? The insurance card?
RX.
Good RX.
Oh, Good RX, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They can get those, you know, anywhere, sign up and get a code right then as well.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Good RX is cheaper than using your health insurance.
Yeah. But the things that you guys are sharing are things that when people are in a depression
Right.
and they're in darkness, they're in despair, usually what they need is something that gives them hope.
Mm-hmm.
And what you guys are sharing are things that I can share with them that will help to give them some hope.
Keep hope alive.
This is hope. That's all we have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes a difference when you're able to help them navigate,
Absolutely.
you know, to it.
Something that helps them feel like there's some light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, what you guys are sharing is,
And
it's
people
gonna be
do not
genuine.
understand that, and I keep telling them, it's just not the kids that need help navigating. We as adults, it make our life easier as well, you know.
Absolutely.
Give us a little more strength, you know, to go ahead and do what we have to do. But we all need that lifeline, that help, that push, you know, these overcomers, we need them.
Well, I tell people all the time that, you know, we say that it takes a village to raise a child, but adults need a village too.
Yes.
For us to stay supportive, for us to stay healthy, for us to thrive, we need a village too.
And you might not need it all the time, but you need to be able to tap in.
Absolutely. When you need to
Yes,
tap in, you
exactly.
need something to tap into. So,
And we're
yeah.
also going into the holidays. You know, we got our unsheltered people out here. We just keep thinking about giving them some toothpaste. They need medicine too.
Yeah.
You know, they're in pain. Have none. So I did the ibuprofen. I did some sleep aid. You know, I did some Vicks, you know, for them because I know they're going to get sick some cough medicine. They're going to get sick as well. Everybody else is just doing, you know, the toothpaste, toothbrush, you know, or something like that. They need medicine.
Yeah.
They need medicine.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing this weekend?
I am doing a feeding over at a low-income apartment in Grand Prairie called Clayton Marks. So we're going to be giving out bites to them. We're going to be playing games with them. We're taking it back old school, so we're going to be in the crocus sack bags. We're going to be jumping. We're going to have some jump ropes. We're looking for talent. I want to develop some public speakers, you know, and give them a head start on public speaking. So it's like, oh, okay, if you say you can remember this, come up there, you're going to win a prize. You know, to keep these kids going and let them know, put down those video games, extend their mind. And another thing with mental health, movement
Absolutely.
helps you handle it. So, want to get them moving and get them active, get them out on some bikes, you know, running around in the community, and it's gonna be great.
You got
So,
feeding too?
yes, we're gonna give them chili and soup
Okay.
and cornbread and some tea, and we got a fall festival is our little flyer, so you see the leaves falling, and so we all fall down, but we get up.
We get back up. Absolutely.
That's nice. Okay. Well, what are you guys doing baskets for Thanksgiving?
We're doing baskets for Thanksgiving. Also with my kids as well. I start practice on Monday, so I'm already putting together their little bags and their treats to help them get through the holidays because school is going to be out as well. So to help them get through the holidays, and you know, I've just been doing random people, so now I got to come back to the village and push them through as well. And this year I have 26 is our.
So what you do?
Well, I coach basketball. I use basketball as a form of discipline to keep them out the streets. I'm all about the movement, you know, to help them be able to handle the mental health, the ADD, the elemental P, you know, and anything like that. Activity helps. So I want them to get active and get moving and stay moving.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So we'll be playing in the Plano League.
Oh,
And we got a sponsor that covered our whole Plano League. even though we was asking for donations, we got a sponsor that covered the whole Plano League for the kids.
Well, that was your donation.
Wonderful.
Yes. Okay. Anything else from you?
No, I think I definitely agree with her that movement is wonderful. I think as much fresh air and sunshine as you can get definitely helps. Around the holidays, I know we tend to have a tendency to want to isolate, especially if we feel like we don't have the means to do the things that we want to do, but allow yourself to be loved on by your family and your friends that you do have. Those things make a huge difference. It's not always the presence, but being in the presence of those that you love can make a huge difference in the way that you feel
I think you need
mentally and
to
emotionally.
say that one more time, because sometimes when people don't have, they don't want to be around.
Yes.
And they don't understand that because you don't have, and if you're around the right circle, you have.
Yeah, you are the present.
Yes.
Your presence is the present.
So if you're out there and you feeling lonely,
Yeah.
and
You are enough.
that's it.
You are enough.
That's it. And do not stay in the house.
Yeah.
Do something. Get out. Make calls. Do not be in the house depressed because you don't have something, or if you're in need, call 211. They're going to ask you for your zip code, and they're going to take your zip code and find the resources within your area. And again, we're at 214-874-5707. You can text us if you have a question or if you're looking for resources, and we'll text you back and give you the resources within your zip code.
And here's another little tidbit. I'm also in the medical field. If you feel that you have been sick with a cold for 3 or more days, go to the doctor. During the wintertime, we lose a lot of loved ones because they have uncontrolled high blood pressure. And this cold medicine raises it. So we end up losing a lot because of that. So 3 or more days, guys, go to the doctor. No exceptions. Go to the doctor.
Okay.
Thanks again for having me.
Thank you. This is part 1, and we'll be doing part 2 for December to get us over the Christmas holidays. Because right after Thanksgiving, we're going to be right back to mental health in the holidays.
Yeah.
So we're going to have resources for you to sign up your kids. If you have kids or if you need food, call 211 and see what food pantry is near you. Do not be afraid or embarrassed, because everybody needs help here and now. So
Absolutely.
make sure you don't want your stomach to be growling when you could have went to the pantry and got you some food because you didn't want to go.
And I don't know do you know what the sign-up list for the holidays with these kids on wish list, Christmas wish list?
I tell my people this now. Should have did it you should have made calls in October and they're starting, because we like people don't shop on Christmas, they shop before. So we're 2 or 3 weeks out before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be on Angel Tree list. And again, 211. They'll tell you who's doing what, or either go Google organizations that's helping for the holidays. So there are organizations out there that will be helping, but everybody's going to have a list.
And your blessing is waiting with your name on it.
Yes. All right, ladies, thank you.
You're welcome.
And happy holidays if I don't see you.
Same to you too.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
And everybody, we'll see you after around the 20th. We'll be back and to give you some more little bits on what you can do. Thank you for watching Live with OCC, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.